Okay, this is going to be a speed test. 400 millimeters per second, and actually the acceleration is 3,000 RPM. So what this does, if you've never run this before, it'll go through a homing cycle, then it will come over and home the X and Y very slowly, and that'll set the starting point. That's what it's doing now. Then it'll run through 5 iterations of the test pattern. I say this is 400 millimeters per second, acceleration 3,000. And once it finishes whatever the iterations are, it will very slowly go back to that XY stop position, and then you compare the two positions. And what you're looking for is more than one full step. These motors are 32 microsteps per step. So if you see more than 32 microsteps difference in the starting and ending positions, then you're losing steps. So it'll go through, do a homing. And then it'll very slowly go back to that XY dock position. And now we check to see. Ooh, geez, boy, that's gotta go. Sorry about that. Little glare. Ooh, no, that's. Well, give me just a second. All right, now we're back. Okay, we started 317.76 for X. Y 29,849. X doesn't matter. Well, guess it does. Or Z 39,786. Now, you go down, these are the ending positions. 317.80, 29.50, 397.82. Now you just look for the differences. On the X, it's a difference of 4 microsteps. On the Y, it's a difference of, ooh, no, there's some difference there. Ooh, sorry. 29049 for the start. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. And the ending position 2950, that's 1 microstep for the Y, and 39,782, that's 4 microsteps for the Z. So that would not be anything to be concerned about. One step would be 32 microsteps. So that's good. Okay, this time we're going to run the speed test at 500 millimeters per second. I mean, when you're actually doing your printing, you don't want to run at the absolute max speed. Be too much of a chance for something to slip up. Again, it's gonna very slowly go to the stops on the X and Y. And now this is 500 milliseconds per 500 milliseconds per second for the speed, 3,000 acceleration. And I'm just doing 5 iterations. If you were actually testing this for, you know, legit will it or won't it, you'd do like 50 iterations. You wouldn't do 5. I mean, that's, you'd do enough iterations to simulate a print, basically. And then that's the end of 5 iterations. It'll home. And then after it homes, it'll slowly go to the stops. And this will be the ending position. And hopefully I can read everything correctly this time. And let me get this light turned off. And we're back. See if I can do this without hitting any buttons. And we're gonna 3:19:10. $29.50. And 3979. 90 actually. And then we go to the ending positions. 3:19:08. For the Y, 29:50, 2:90, 53. $39.39, $7.90, and that's 2 microsteps on the Y, 3 microsteps on the X, or excuse me, 2 microsteps on the X, 3 on the Y, 0 on the Z. And you just keep redoing this until you start seeing more than one full step difference, and that's where you're starting to lose steps. But for my purposes, 300, or excuse me, 300 or 400 millimeters per second is more than enough speed for why is that doing that? Okay, sorry for all the stopping and starting on top of all the other issues. I have problems with my eyesight. My normal glasses for everyday stuff are trifocals, And when I'm doing stuff up closer, trying to look out of the bottom of those really put some stress on my neck, and I broke my neck back in 1984. So yeah, being in that position causes me some hurt real quick. But when I forget to change my glasses when I'm doing a recording like this, looking at the scene on my phone, it looks to be way the hell out of focus till I get the right glasses on. But anyway, the speeds. 300 to 400 millimeters per second on this bed slinger switch wire is more than fast enough for me. I think I could legitimately push it up maybe as high as 600 millimeters per second, but I've got some pretty long belt runs on this, and it's just a little too iffy. And like I say, 400 millimeters per second is more than fast enough with 3,000 millimeters per second acceleration. But anyway, on to the wrap up. Yeah, somehow keep messing this up, and hopefully I'll get this in this time. This website is Ellis's Print Tuning Guide. Now, as I understand, he originally set this up specifically for Voron printers. He has since, over time, set it up in a way that this is very usable for any printer, whether it's a Voron Core XY, switchwire, gantry style, tripod, whatever. Any 3D printer you can use this setup guide, and your best way to do it for every printer, start at the beginning, go through the entire tuning process, and you'll be amazed at the difference it'll make in the quality of your printouts once you get through with everything. And I mean, it covers everything from making sure all the nuts and bolts on the printer are tight, nothing's loose, to extrusion, calibrating the extruder, and extrusion speeds, to speed. Print speed, millimeters per second, acceleration speeds, and the macros for testing all that, as well as just some useful macros for any printer. But anyway, it's a good website to bookmark. On to the finish. But anyway, that's the whole gist of it. And sorry, I meant to include this, the docking video, and right there at the beginning, that's the Clicky Pro docking routine. And but anyway, again, thanks for everybody tuning in, and I wish it were a little more coherent in going through this whole conversion thing. But like I say, first time trying to do all this, and in the middle of a whole lot else going on. But not sure if there'll be anything else to follow, but we'll see. And again, thank you everybody that followed it, and my wonderful subscribers, and everybody be safe. Have a great day. Bye-bye.